Oh, man. Did someone take a Google Pixel Fold on the New York City subway? Well, the fact that you put this in front of me leads me to believe the answer is yes. Someone did. New photos appear to show someone riding the New York City subway with a Google Pixel Fold in their hands. Well, this is an age old. I'd be more surprised if this thing didn't completely leak prior to coming out because of Google's track record. They just kind of, I don't know, they lean into it. They've done it in events. I know they're not leaking it intentionally. At least that's what they tell me. They tell me they're not leaking it intentionally. But it's also like they don't rule with the same iron fist that others do. Like they're not, people aren't disappearing if something leaks. Hey, I didn't name any names here. I didn't say anything specifically. And obviously I'm exaggerating. Obviously will. So yes, it's been kind of a tradition here that every single new Google device leaks. This one feels a bit different though because it is a new form factor and more exciting, I guess, than the previous generation Pixels because it's a folding one. And as you can see here, actually this individual looks to be trying to kind of cover it up in that frame there. Like with the grip, that's a very intense grip. On the device as watching the video. Intense enough to me, you might... Plus, you got yellow pants.
Okay. What does that have to do with anything?
Just let that sink in for a second. You got yellow pants.
Okay.
So all of a sudden, the eyeballs are already going that direction.
So it draws attention.
Well, you may recall that... What did Apple just release, Will?
The yellow iPhone.
Did you say yellow?
This can't be a marketing stunt.
Curious. Dare I say curious. The images were captured and then shared on Reddit before being picked up by 9 to 5 Google. We won't show you every image because, frankly, they're pretty useless. But one is actually in decent focus, considering it was taken on the down low in a moving subway car. Very risky. Imagine... I mean, you're kind of invading the person's... I mean, they blurred what the guy's face on the thing, but it's pretty creepy. People are snapping photos around you, and especially if you're using a prototype in reality and you're trying not to get fired, but then they're also letting you take it out and use it in public, so you're probably not going to get fired. But this person looks to be holding it very close to the chest, which to me leads me to believe it actually is this prototype. The form factor looks right, and...
It looks a bit smaller, don't you think, than what it is?
What do you mean? No, because they went with the Oppo-style aspect ratio, the kind of more square and less elongated.
Well, I'm basing this on the concept here.
Yeah, but if it's the same dimensions as the Oppo Find N, then that's right. What the guy's holding is right,
Okay.
in its folded orientation.
Right.
It's just that, see how fat that hinge is? I mean, I guess, could it be an Oppo Find N? No, I don't think so. I think the shape of it's a little different. And it really does look like it's a leak. It looks like a legit Pixel Fold leak. This is the second time at least that an unreleased Google phone is spotted on the subway. Pixel 4 made an appearance on the London Underground as well as in an airplane back in 2019. Meanwhile, there was a Pixel 3 XL that was left in the back of a taxi. So it's an ongoing... I guess they like to have these devices out being tested, and this is just one of those things that can happen as a consequence. Well,
yeah, and they're not doing this intentionally. Just leaking all these devices, or are they?
No, I don't believe so. But the yellow pants, conspiracy theory, the yellow iPhone, just keep that, let that simmer a little bit.
Okay, then.